Hello dear students, welcome to YouTube channel Learn with Gisela. In this video of number systems, we are going to take up two questions in which we have to classify the following real numbers as rational or irrational numbers. So let's start with the first question. The first question is classify the following as rational or irrational numbers. Now these are the 10 questions which we are going to solve in this video. I would suggest you to pause the video and copy these questions and try to solve these yourselves, and then afterwards you can watch the rest of the video and check your answer. And this is going to give you a good practice also, and do let me know in the comment section how many questions you were able to solve correctly, right? So let us now start with the solution. So the question is classify the following as rational or irrational numbers. So we are going to solve these questions and see whether our answer is coming rational or irrational. So depending on the answer which we get, we can state that following parts are rational or irrational. So first one is square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2, which is a rational number. Second part is 3 times of square root of 18. Now 18 can be further written as 2 into 9, and 9 is a square number. So we can say 3 into 3 times of square root of 2. So which is 3 into 3 is 9. So 9 times of square root of 2. Now this is an irrational number because square root of 2 is an irrational number. Any prime number under a root is an irrational number. Now square root of 1.44. Now 144 is a square number of 12 and there are two decimal places. So in the square root number we will write 12 with one decimal place. So we will get the answer 1.2. So it's a rational number. Now square root of 9 by 27. So we can simplify 9 and 27. We will get 1 by 3, and further we can write it as 1 upon root of 3. Now root of 3 is an irrational number, right? It's a prime number under a square root. Now fifth part is minus square root of 0.64. Now 64 is a square number of 8. So we will write minus as it is, and since there are two decimal places, we will have one decimal place in the square root number. So we will get minus 0.8, which is a rational number. Now root of 10,000 is 100. So it is also a rational number, right? So let us take up seventh part now. Square of root 5 plus 1. First of all, we will solve it and get the answer, and then only we can tell whether it's a rational or irrational number. Now, if you observe it closely, it resembles our identity 1, which says that a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Over here, in this particular question, a is root 5 and b is 1. And now we will put the values of a and b in the identity, and we shall write square of square root 5, that is 5. 1 square is 1. 2ab means 2 into root 5 into 1. So that is 2 times of root 5. Further 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 2 root 5, and which is an irrational number. Why? Because root 5, any prime number under a root, is an irrational number, and any number multiplied or added to an irrational number also becomes irrational number. So basically we can say because our answer is an irrational number, so our question is also an irrational number. Now let us move to eighth part. We have two brackets, root 7 plus 1 and root 7 minus 1. Now if you observe it, they are a plus b and a minus b. That means we can use identity 3 over here, which says that a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. Over here, a is our root 7 and b is equal to 1. Now put the value of a and b in the identity. We will write square of root 7 minus square of 1. Square of root 7 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. Now 6 is an rational number. Therefore we can say our eighth part is a rational number. Now let us come to the ninth part, where we have two brackets but we have different numbers in this, root 3 plus root 4 and root 5 minus root 6. So since the numbers are different, we are not going to use any identity over here, and we are going to solve this and find the product as binomial into binomial. So root 3 into root 5 is root 15. Root 3 into minus root 6 is minus root 18. Now further, root 4 into root 5 is plus root 20, and root 4 into minus root 6 is minus root 24. And further, when we will simplify them, root 15 will come as it is. Now 18 is 2 into 9, so we can say minus 3 root 2. 20 is 4 into 5, 4 is a square number, so 2 root 5, and 24 further we can say it is 4 into 6, so minus 2 root 6. Now over here we have root 2, root 3, root 5, sorry, and root 6, so it's an irrational number. Now let us come to the 10th part, 6 upon 2 root 3. Now further we can simplify 6 and 2. We will get 3 upon root 3, which is equal to root 3. Now root 3 is an irrational number. Therefore we can say our 10th part is an irrational number, right? Now let us move to second question. In the following equations, find which of the variables represent rational or irrational numbers. Now these are the various equations which are given to us. There are 8 equations which have different variables x, y, z and so on. And we have to find out after solving it whether they represent rational or irrational numbers. So again, I would suggest you to pause the video. You can copy down these questions, try to solve these questions yourself, and then watch the rest of the video to check your answer. And this will give you again a good practice, right? Now let us start with the solution. So the first part is x square is equal to 10. So when x square is equal to 10, we can say x is equal to root of 10. Now further, root of 10 can be split into two parts, root of 5 into root of 2, because 5 into 2 is 10. So root 10 can be split into two parts, root 5 and into root 2. Now both these are prime numbers under a square root, so both are irrational numbers, and product of two irrational numbers gives us an irrational number. So when you will find the square root of 10, the decimal expansion is going to be non-terminating and non-recurring. So we can say the variable x is an irrational number. Variable x represents irrational number. Next is y square is equal to 16. So we can say y is equal to root of 16, which is equal to 4. And 4 is a rational number. Therefore, y represents rational number. Further, z square is equal to 0.04. So we can say z is square root of 0.04. Now 4 is a square number of 2, and further there are two decimal places. So when we are finding the square root of this number, we will get 0.2. Now 0.2 is a rational number because we can write it in the form of p by q. So we can say z variable represents a rational number. Further, we have u square is equal to 17 by 9. So we can say u is equal to square root of 17 by 9. Now square root of 17 we will write as it is because it's a prime number. We cannot further simplify it. And whereas 9 is a square number, so we can say square root of 9 is 3. Now square root of 17 is an irrational number. So irrational number divided by rational number is also an irrational number. So we can say u represents an irrational number, right? Now fifth part is v square is equal to 3. So when v square is equal to 3, we can say v is square root of 3. Now square root of 3 is an irrational number, so we can say the variable v represents an irrational number. Now w cube is 1331. So we can say w is cube root of 1331. Now 1331 is a cube number of 11. So cube root of 1331 is 11, which is a rational number. Now next is t square is equal to 0.9. So t is square root of 0.9. Now 0.9, if you calculate the square root, you will find it is coming 0.9486832 and so on. That means the decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-recurring. So it's an irrational number, and we can say the t variable represents an irrational number. Further, we have p square is equal to 1.69. So we can say p is square root of 1.69. Now 169 is a square number of 13, and further there are two decimal places. So in the square root we will get 1.3, which is a rational number. So we can say the variable p represents a rational number, right? So this is it, children. Hope you have understood both the questions of classifying the numbers into rational or irrational numbers. Thank you everyone. Have a great day ahead.